Live from the Injured on the Go Just Call Mo studio.
It's a blast!
It's Orlando's own Tom and Dan.
Welcome back to A Corporate Time.
Real quick, our beer fest, free beer fest, is November 22nd.
I'm sorry, did you say free beer fest as in I don't need to pay anything for this beer fest?
Yep, you just show up at noon. That's at noon is when we start handing out the gift bags. We're only going to have 500 gift bags. By the way, the I'm saying the more
substantially a substantial pour is what I was calling them last year. Substantial.
A heavy pour cup is going to be sold Yellow Brick Road Foundation, a pint glass. You can buy that for $20.
Yep.
And they will have all the other gifts. Because last year we didn't give the Yellow Brick 200 gift bags with the 200 pint glasses.
Yeah.
So this year we're going to change that because we heard people are like, I don't want to go back into line.
Every year we make it more complicated and disorganized. Every year we do, right?
Anyway,
right,
but
yeah.
the point is it's free. If you want a sample cup, just show up at noon and the beer starts pouring at 2. We've got over a dozen different breweries from Central Florida coming by, like THC seltzers.
Yeah.
THC seltzers are a big one this year. I think there's 3 different THC seltzer companies.
And they have multiple different flavors.
Yeah.
I mean, you guys have to be, again, all you need is a photo ID, and you're going to drink responsibly because everybody that goes always does.
Live music, DJ, tons of food trucks. Tons of our sponsors out there giving away free stuff.
Not only tons of our sponsors, but many of our Gold Star sponsors will be out there, and you can meet them.
Yeah, and it's all for free. Big street party in Sanford.
Yep.
And then the next day is the sofa races, where we've been doing that for now. This would be 13
Breaking
years.
news, and it's getting some woo-hoos in the chat room. Tracy says, ladies and gentlemen, none other than Jeff's Bagel Run will be
All right.
at the Bad at Business Beer Fest.
Awesome.
Dude, that goes bagels and beer. That goes really well together. You got to soak up some of that beer in your tummy.
So all we want is for you to come out and hang out with us and enjoy yourself.
Yeah.
And that's all we ask.
Come say hi, please.
It's super expensive and complicated to put this together. And luckily, we have great sponsors, and we use the sponsors' money to pay for everything.
Yeah.
And that's it. And
It's a lot of work for Tom. He organizes it. Tracy puts in a lot of effort to do this.
Yeah.
Everybody puts in time, and we don't really make any money from this event at all.
No.
But what we do
We spend money, actually.
what we do like to do, we spend money, is I like when you guys say hi to us, and you come and you bring your families and you bring your pets. And you walk around and you taste the beers and you buy the beer from the brewer. You go in Celery City, you go in West End, and you buy the beer. And it's our way of thanking you for, lifting up our podcast. I mean, we are a one of one. I have never found anything anywhere close to us in a city. And I'm proud that you and I get to do this. I'm proud of you. And I'm proud of our listeners. So let's go have a big party and have a good time.
I like it because it is anti-establishment, and we've always kind of been like that. We're like
It's a
anti-corporate.
middle finger to Beer Fest, 100%.
And then it's like, well, we could do one for free, and then they're like, no, you can't. They're like, yeah, we'll do it. We'll spend money and use the sponsors' money to pay for.
We'll spend money and people will have fun. We'll see. We'll waste our money.
Yeah. And all we want is our listeners to come, and then hopefully they'll stick with us for a little bit longer. And then me and Daniel, we'll let people. I don't know if we ever talked. Maybe it's more for a BDM show, which, by the way, that is another way to support us becoming a BDM.
Yeah, you could pay a little bit extra and get extra shows.
We hope to retire doing this job, which
That's the goal.
I never thought it was possible, honestly, even when we started the podcast. Obviously, when we started the podcast in 2009, I didn't even think it was possible to make it a job until we saw
Who would?
all of the listener support, and we're like, wait a minute, if they support us this much, we could
probably do this.
Yeah, we could probably do this. So, but then after building the company and me and you grinding, and like all of a sudden we turn around, it's been 11 years in business, and then we started realizing like, well, maybe we can make this an entire career and then retire one day, and then tie a little bow on it.
Yeah.
And
how are you going to do that if I die early though? Because I've been feeling it lately. Chest pain's crazy.
I'll use the publicity of your death.
Okay.
I'll go on
I have a plan for you.
Have you ever seen?
I have a plan for you. Do you want to hear my plan? I do have a plan for you.
Have you ever seen the? I think it's the it's a place in Africa, and they do these
Where the naked ladies dance? That's France. Sorry, that's France.
It's
There's a place in Africa where
it starts with a
Africa.
G. What's the country in
Ghana?
Africa? Ghana.
Guyana?
Have you ever
Ghana.
have you ever searched Ghana funerals on TikTok? Search it right now.
Wait, do they dagger at them?
No.
Do they parade the body through the streets?
No, they have the corpses, and they're usually they're dressed and they're standing. Sometimes they're sitting.
No. I want a Puerto Rican on a crotch rock.
Oh,
Everybody's seen that one where they mummified the body and they put.
Yeah.
Do you want to hear my plan for you? Because it will work.
Yeah. So I will.
You can do whatever you want to with my body.
I will parade
including
you,
horrible things.
Yeah, I will parade you through the streets, and then somehow
You can do horrible things with me if you wanted to.
And they
You could film me with candy and use me as a piñata. I honestly don't care.
I've seen a man with like hitting the corpse in the face with a basketball. Like this is happening.
Yeah. Think fast. That's called the think fast.
People are screaming. It's a whole thing. I'm like,
that's called wailing. It's wailing.
And then it ended up on my algorithm,
and
I get it all the time. And I'm like, whoa, this is out there.
I want you to dress me in traditional Guyana garb.
Yeah.
And I want you and your wife to dagger me. Jamaicans. I'm mixing African. I'm mixing African culture with Jamaican and Bahamian culture. But I want you to dagger me.
So what do you want me to dress you as? Like normally?
I want you to dress me as Stewie from Family Guy. Okay. Here. I've been saving this voicemail for you because I thought you would give this guy a prize. This guy's definitely gold star.
You guys are talking about being drunk without people knowing. I did jury duty recently in downtown Orlando. And I was like, what do I do every day at lunch? I was like, well, there's a tap house right around the corner. They have burgers. So I just drank every day. I came back. So it was good 3-4 beers deep for that second half because jury duty is painful. And I ended up being the alternate. So I always wondered if the judge knew or not. And that's why they moved me to the alternate or something. I'm also high now, so
Yeah, he's still high and drunk from doing this. Obviously, this person, he likes to party a little bit, right? And you can hear that he was obviously drunk, and then he would go to do jury duty. And then when they would dismiss for lunch, which I did this for 5 days, he'd go to the tap house and drink beer. And you know what? I don't remember them ever telling me that I couldn't have beer at lunch. I don't remember ever being told that. And I think, and I'm going to throw it out there, this is different for me, but as an American, I think it's kind of American to drink on your, I feel like our founding fathers would have had a pint of ale when they're deciding something.
I mean, every day.
I see no problem. It's a long-winded way of saying I don't see a problem with this. I don't see a problem with this.
Now, could you declare a mistrial after if the juror admitted that they were drunk the whole time?
Has anybody ever done this? Should I search this?
I'm sure it's happened. And by the way, the judge is just happy people showed up. They're willing to take what they can get. As I'm like, if they detect that you're
and I think it depends on the case, but and I honestly don't think they're sniffing for it. This is a great question for Mo, kind of, right?
I would have to assume that if they found out you were drunk, that maybe it could even be some sort of contempt of court.
Will they?
You can get in trouble.
Will they test you? I've never heard of this.
No. And the fact that they don't even sequester you enough to watch what you eat and drink means that there's if someone drinks a couple beers, whatever.
Hey, thanks for calling Tom and Dan. Who's this? Hello?
Oh, they butt dialed us.
Yeah, we get a
lot
lot
of
this.
No, listen.
You want to see what they're doing?
Yeah,
see if we
whatever.
can guess what they're doing? This is very old school late night radio. I love it. We're in our late night radio era. I love it. Let's go backwards.
All right, so
construction worker, definitely this is a hard-working man because he's moving a lot. I can hear his jeans.
Yeah.
Let's profile this guy.
All right, so
What do you think?
I can't hear any background noise.
His legs are moving fast. You know what that means? Latin. He's shorter, faster moving legs. It's a Latin construction worker all day long, Tom.
Oh, it's the dish.
Hold on.
The dishes.
Dishes. No.
Yeah, he's in the.
Okay, hold on.
What was that?
I don't know. It's a robot. This is a tiny Latin scientist with a robot. Tiny Latin scientist. What if we hear this man get murdered?
Yeah, when I was like 5.
He was a butterfly watcher.
Use a butterfly washer. Okay, he's a mechanic. He's a mechanic.
Kick the ball, Joey. And I looked up.
Oh, what if a car falls on a guy? We hear someone die. If you're just joining us, somebody called us. A tiny Mexican construction worker or mechanic called us.
No, I heard pots and pans fall down.
But he said use a butterfly washer.
Yeah.
That's a mechanic all day long. Did you hear what he said? I need to go pick up my daughter. I need some help. Okay, there's a black guy there.
Okay, all right. We're getting closer to
We're
the
getting
truth.
closer to the truth. We're the truth finders. Welcome to
Yeah, so I do want to start that I'm going to call Mother Tom. He said if anything.
This guy's a mechanic, 100%. The black guy was in there to pick up his car. He needs his car to go pick up his daughter.
Okay, all right.
He didn't like Tom's idea, but he liked Trevor's idea.
Well, no, he said get the pipe where we need it for now. So like this pipe can go right there. You can move the 10, hold the 6,000.
Muffler shop.
Oh,
They're
okay.
moving pipes.
What? Yeah, scoot the railings in. I feel like it's too high.
Scoot the railings in.
Use the butterfly washer on it's the muffler shop.
Okay, yeah.
This is a small Latin muffler man.
I'm in. Put the 12 in the back. Well, we don't have to put the pipes back in the front.
Should I bail on it?
I like putting people's voices on the radio without unknowing. Because technically, I guess you're not allowed to do that, but you know what? I'm here to say we are. And it doesn't matter.
Speaking of Riyadh, well, Tom and I will be at the Riyadh Comedy Festival. We're going to be broadcasting live there.
And we're
doing it for free.
We're doing charity.
It's just like the beer fest.
Yeah, we offered for free. We're like, we'll perform for free.
They don't even want us there, but we're going.
Yeah, we're performing in the parking lot.
And
They won't even let us inside.
Yeah.
There's a bunch of Lamborghinis here.
This place is awesome.
The cops have Lamborghinis. Anyway.
They actually do. You want another one, buddy?
Yeah.
All right. Let me see that was.
Hey,
hold
Tom.
on. Oh, that's the wrong one. Do you want any of these random puke stories? I mean, I have so many.
Okay, yeah.
And they didn't do it right. You're supposed to send an email if you want to be in the competition for the first ever Pukes of Hazard to win a possible Gagman Gaggy Award. You have to send an email to show@tomandan.com so I can read the email, vet the story, and pick you.
Well, that's happening tonight on our BDM show.
Yeah.
So the BDM show is probably out right now. If you're a BDM, you can download it.
No, there you go. So everything I said, disregard.
Well,
Just
yeah.
disregard it.
But let's play a Pukes of Hazard.
Here we
story
go.
now.
Here's a puke.
Get an idea of what we're giving you.
Hey, Tom and Dan. I am a few weeks behind, and I know you said you've received 1,000 Pukes of Hazard stories, but I think I have a good one. When I was in law school, I started seeing this girl who I really liked.
I think we already did this one. I think we did the rain puke story.
Oh, yeah, okay, yeah. We started
I'm
puking
pretty
out of
sure.
it.
I'm getting better at remembering these sort of things. Hold on. It's this one I wanted. I apologize.
What's up, Tom and Dan? The Barry Joe again. I've got another Pukes of Hazard story to drop on you.
Yes, so many.
I'm not going to email them in. I think I have too many to be a fair competitor. I don't want to be like a pro boxer going in and just smooshing a bunch of fat dads' faces. But this morning, I just ate way too much. I didn't even have but a couple of beers last night. But this morning, about 6:45, I was getting into my truck, about ready to leave, and my tummy wasn't feeling great. And as soon as I left the front door, my mouth started watering crazy. I was like, oh shoot, it's gonna happen. And I did your favorite. I did the businessman throw out the door of your vehicle. I hadn't made it out of my driveway yet, but like a trooper, I sprayed my truck off, sprayed the driveway down, rinsed my mouth out, and went back to fucking cutting grass. So, as the Grand Marshal, I am waiting on my hat or baton or badge or something. But let's do this.
What do you think about that?
What? So should the trophy be a bucket or a barf bag?
Oh, that's good. That's good. I don't know. I have a friend that was building a trophy for us, and it's gonna look like a pile of vomit.
Okay, all right.
Like it's gonna,
Yeah,
you know, like the fake vomit you used to buy at the magic shop.
Yeah.
That was like, did it ever work? I don't think it ever worked. Fake doo-doo works, but fake vomit, I don't know if fake vomit has ever worked.
There's so many ways that vomit could look that it's, doo-doo is pretty standard. So when you see it on the floor, you're like, oh, dog doo-doo. But
Yeah,
when you
like,
see
I know what that is.
like a pile of fake vomit on the floor, it's, I don't think anybody...
You study it more.
You're not going to jump to the conclusion that it's vomit. You're going to be like, what is that?
You study it more. Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think you study it more. Let's go with this one right here.
I've always really disliked Dancing with the Stars, but decided to watch it tonight because, Corey Feldman. And it did not disappoint. And he played right on into his Michael Jackson stuff. Anyway. Have a good day.
I have a new theory on Corey Feldman.
Well, he's out.
Yeah, he's out. He got voted. They did a double elimination, and he and a famous basketball player, I'm blanking on the man's name, they both were the first to go out. I have a new theory on Corey. After watching this and watching seemingly how upset he was from being voted out,
Yeah.
I now think that he does not understand that we are laughing at him.
Okay, all right, okay.
And I am, after watching that, it seemed very vulnerable. I'm being very serious right now.
Yeah.
He seemed extremely vulnerable. I'm standing in my bedroom looking at, like, his head on my TV is like, 10 times the size it should be. I'm staring into this man's eyes, and I'm using every power of emotion I have. And it really, really, really felt like he does not know that we're laughing at him. And I'm like, oh, crap. And it made me feel kind of bad because he got this mouth. You can go back and look at his mouth. He gets like a frown, and it's an authentic, like I'm letting my partner down. It's like I'm letting
He's actually sad.
Yeah, man. And I didn't like it. It didn't give me the same, it wasn't as fun to laugh at this guy. You know what I mean? I felt bad. I felt bad.
I did see a reel where someone was filming like after the show was done and everybody was like shaking hands and then he just walked off. So they filmed him just walking
it hard, they said.
Like he didn't stick around and like, hey, thanks for working with me.
He
He just bailed. So that means I think he did take it super hard and he was expecting to advance and maybe even to win. So that also tells me that he's not really, because he's not by any means close to the best dancer.
No, he's way too stiff.
Yeah.
He can do his Michael Jackson stuff, but only because it's your old truck theory. It's like he's been doing these Michael Jackson moves for 50 years.
Yeah.
So of course he knows how to do them. Michael Jackson knew how to do them for 50 years. If you practice one thing for 50 years, it's the one thing you can do.
But it's not even really that smooth.
No.
It's kind of like it's good for an old stiff white guy.
A marionette.
yeah. Like I could probably, if I had practiced as much as Corey Feldman, get close to what he's doing.
I'm gonna give you a better compliment. I think you could dance better than him. You're younger. Look, dude, it's just science. You would put the practice in. You know how to grind. You would be there.
Dude, I am stiff, and I'm not smooth at all.
Okay.
So
maybe
neither is
tie.
he, though.
How about a tie?
yeah. I'll tie. But what I'm saying is, it's not even that good for 50 years of practice or whatever the hell he's been doing.
It made me sad, though. It had the exact opposite reaction, and maybe that's why they voted him off. Maybe he was too serious about it. I know for a guy that was seriously sad for losing, it didn't seem like he was putting in all the time.
No,
So,
yeah. Well, that's also the mental illness. Like you're mad that you lost, but also you didn't put that much effort into it.
But you think you did.
Which
is the mental illness.
Yeah. Like you think you tried harder than everybody, but you barely tried.
And you're telling everybody that narrative.
Yeah.
Right? Like
and then even your partner's like, you didn't even show up for half
you
the
never
practice.
practiced. And you're like, oh man, we gave it our all. And you're like, no, we didn't.
I
think we figured it out. Let's go with this one.
Hey, how's it going, y'all? I had a quick question for Dr. Tom Van. So
these are your people, by the way. Okay, this guy. If there was ever a guy, like I'm like ChatGPT, draw me a picture of Tom's #1 fan.
Hey, how's it going, y'all? I had a quick question for Dr. Tom Van. So my situation is this. So I'm one of your younger BDMs, still in the Gen Z
Thank you.
era, I guess.
Thank you, sir.
And last Saturday was actually the first time I had my first one-night stand, which is great. Beautiful woman, about 10 years older than me, pretty taller than me too.
Hey.
My situation.
So he's doing the Tom and Dan. If you get an older woman who's super tall, that's called the Tom and Dan.
Was that once we had finished, I took my condom off.
Whoa.
I got a little bit of to my fingers, which, that happens sometimes. But the girl, she had asked me to once we finished too.
No, I didn't know.
Which no issue with that. But I didn't stop to think. I accidentally.
You're living the dream, my brother. I'll tell you that. You're the goddamn king on earth. You're a king on earth, man.
That is an odd request. Listen, I do not have that much experience with women.
I tell you what, that's not something I thought about. But now that you've mentioned it, sir, I'm into it.
I've been with the same lady my entire life. I have not played the field. I don't know.
What's the question for Dr. Tom Van? I shouldn't even be talking. I shouldn't even be talking right now.
So I didn't even know that would ever be a request that I would ever face.
Not on
my
menu. Not on my menu.
After they'd be like, "Hey, can you do this?" I'm like, "At the end?" I thought that was at the beginning when I was like 16. I thought that was a beginning move for a younger man. I didn't know it was an end move for older lady. It also, it's like asking for seconds. Obviously, I didn't make a big enough meal for you. You know what I'm saying? If you still want that means that I did not do my job, right?
It could mean it doesn't have to though.
Yeah.
It doesn't necessarily have to, but it could mean that when you finish this out, because I got some work to do. But here we go.
With the on top of my fingers, I kind of shoved them back up there. So I'm kind of just sitting here wondering, is it possible for her to get pregnant off of me with the sport?
All right.
Or am I just overthinking that?
I mean, what are we in health class? What are we in health class in high school? First of all, this guy sounds like a child. Now I'm skeeved out.
Yeah. And by the way, that's called regular thinking. That's not really that far fetched.
No, this happens. This happens.
And
you can't. First things first. You came to the right place.
Because we know about the female body and reproduction.
If there's anybody that knows about, doing stuff before, after, and during, it's old Tom and Dan.
Now, I will say that getting someone pregnant, there is a small window of time each month, and that's the only time it can happen.
You got to check that. I would start there.
Yeah. So that small window of time.
Also, the fact that she's 10 years older than you is a good.
Yeah. Like, it showed me as I got older. Now, no accidents happened, but when I actually became a dad and we actively tried to have a baby, it wasn't as fast as I thought.
Correct.
And then it took. Now my wife was older. Like, I understand if you're younger, everybody's different. Some people are more fertile.
It's harder to start a 1949 Vespa VBA.
But on average, like, I feel like the average human, it's, first, it's about a fact that there's only a small window per month. You can't get pregnant at every time, right? Because that's not how science works.
Well, the woman's body is not producing eggs.
Exactly.
So
you
can say that.
So then, during that time, it does help if the more frequent you do that, and the more that there is helps the chances of getting pregnant. You know what I'm saying?
During ovulation.
So,
sure.
With all that said, I think you're fine.
I do too.
You don't have to worry about it.
But I'm not sure if you just want to be letter of the law careful, then
take that Plan B pill. It's not the people don't understand how science works, but it's like that thing just keeps you from ovulating. It's not like some abortion pill or something.
How old? I wish he'd told us his age. He says he's one of our younger listeners.
He sounded like he was
early
26.
I think you might have nailed it.
Yeah.
I could definitely see that. Well, thank you for your call, sir. We hope that we helped you a little bit.
But again, you exposed me to something I never even would have thought of, where at the end that your partner's like, hey, how about we do this thing that I thought only was a young man's game at the beginning.
You're probably right about it being a like, hey, I didn't get to the end of the line here. You want to help me out? You want to drag me across the line here? You know what I mean? Like something like that. Let's try this one right here.
Yeah, I'm calling about the huzz debate. It's definitely where the ho's at, and it's shortened to where the huzz. But I'm more talking about the fact that I work at an elementary school, and I have to tell kids all the time to stop repeating things if they don't know what it means. I had to warn a kid to stop saying, "Who wants back shots?" because I know he had no idea what it means, but he kept shouting it out all the time.
Yeah, yeah. Who wants back shots? Okay. I shouldn't be laughing at that.
Will there be someone that will raise their hand?
Is it because language? Because, okay, since this has come up, I've had discussions with May and with Andrea just trying to figure out if this happened to me when I was a kid. I was trying to think of phrases that maybe I was winging around that I didn't truly know what they meant, because that's definitely what's happening here. You know, because even May does it. There's certain phrases she uses that I absolutely know she has no idea what you're saying. I can't think of any right now, and I apologize for not having a good example, but that's exactly what's happening. Like, they don't know what hoes are. That's not a thing. Nobody's explained that to them, is what I'm saying.
I'm inching into Tommy. I'm starting to believe that Tommy knows a lot more than he's letting on.
Well, that's possible too.
Yeah, and because now I'm remembering in middle school, that's when I knew. Like, I was having conversations with other kids, and they were about everything. And
yeah, I was like in. It wasn't first year middle school, but I want to say like third year. Second to third.
Like eighth grade? Oh, yeah.
Yeah,
way before
that's when I flipped in. It wasn't as early as that for me.
Yeah, and so in middle school, I knew, and then I think Tommy, at this point in time, it's all open. I'm not worried about them knowing anything. They already kind of know basically the majority of birds and the bees and all that. And so it's like, okay, now that that's over.
Yeah, I haven't had to do that yet.
Everything else, they're learning in school.
I haven't had to do that yet.
Yeah. I mean, I think in fifth grade, the sex ed, they'll and now the older siblings too. And my little brother was 10 years younger than me. So he knew a lot more. And then I see kids with older siblings.
Yeah.
They know because they grew up with this older sibling in the house. They pick it up from them.
Yeah.
So anybody with an older sibling knows a lot more than people without that, so.
Yeah, it's and it's different for everybody, like I know for a fact though that there's a certain level of naivete that Maisie has that Andrea had. And I'm good with it.
Yeah, of course.
I'm good sitting in it right now.
Well, you got a girl, too.
But I also know that's going to change. It's an anxiety in the back of my mind that I can feel it floating.
But it can be like that, Andrea was innocent, lack of a better term, nerd.
Well, she didn't quest
until
after
her 20s.
it. Yeah, she didn't really quest after it. She had other interests. It's not that she didn't know the thing. And that's kind of May. It's not that she doesn't know curse words or anything like that, but she really does. And it is out of the ordinary because you look at me and then you look at her and there are so many similarities. But when it does come to how we communicate, I am spicy and she is not. And she does not like how I talk. She does not like me cursing. She does not like me using, she'll fun around and we'll play and stuff like that. But she
Andrea
didn't.
She didn't like using the T word.
No, she still doesn't.
For, still
doesn't.
The entire time I've known her. So it's like, chances are that you're born the way you are. And Maisie's been like that
in certain
forever.
areas, I believe so. Not for everything, but yeah, in that one, I think that one definitely checks out. Let's try this one right here. We have such a surplus of them. I'm just going to try and get rid of some of them.
Tom and Dan, BDM Charles here. Listen to the recap of Friday 3 show, and you were talking about embarrassing puking stories. Well, I have a very, very vivid memory of the puking story that I have, and it was absolutely terrible. I was 19 years old. I wasn't old enough to drink yet. It is true. I moved out on my own for the first time, and I was with my girlfriend at the time, and we were playing cards, and that's what we did back then before the internet. I know, I'm old. Thank you. But we were playing cards, a game called Spades, and losers had to down their drinks. Well, I was playing with my friend and my against.
Drinking games are dead, right? The new generation, because Charles brings up a thing that was kind of prevalent when I grew up, maybe even more so than you. But like through college and the end of high school, the card game, drinking game was like what you did.
Well, it just morphed into beer pong and other drinking games, but they were, I played a lot of
But I mean,
drinking
like the
games.
youngest. I mean, we know people are drinking less now.
Yes, yeah.
So I don't even know if the old beer pong, I think beer pong's an old man's game. That's right up there with podcasting.
Yeah,
like podcasting, beer pong, you see them side by side.
My friend and my ex-girlfriend and with my current girlfriend, and losers had to down their drinks. Well, my ex-girlfriend made my drink for me, and I made her drink for her, and my friend made my drink for my current girlfriend, and she made his drink for him. Well, to this day, I cannot drink vodka and orange juice because I threw up for, I want to say, at least about 24 hours straight. I fell asleep with my head on the toilet and woke up with my face in the toilet. Not in the water because, I'm a big guy, but...
Did you ever do screwdrivers?
Yeah, I got real blacked out one time at a UF keg party back when the Wizard and Dre and some of my other friends lived together at Spanish Trace in Gainesville. I think the apartment complex is still there. And they used to have these big parties at Spanish Trace, and I remember going there, and then I can't remember what the game was that we were playing, but like the loser.
Is that it right there?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, I found it, still there.
The loser had to take the shot, and I remember at this time, like, I felt like I could, like, drink a lot. I wanted to be.
Are you a lightweight or a heavyweight? And I don't think we've ever talked about that.
But I will also do whatever, like, with no fear of the repercussion. So I remember taking a shot, and everyone's like, "Oh, you took the shot," and then I'll fill me up again, another shot, fill me up again.
Oh, you would do that
another
until
shot.
you're dead.
And then I took 3 shots. I had already been drinking beer but those 3 shots in a row, I think it was Jaeger or something. Everybody was like, "Yeah," I was like egged on by the crowd. And then I remember going outside.
Have you always liked the cheer of the crowd?
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Chase it.
That's good to know. That's good to know. That's good to know.
I'll do anything if
for
a
the
crowd is cheering for me. I'll anything. Like if people are like, "Yeah, do that," like I'll be pure pressure. Peer pressure is the number one pressure in my life.
You know what's interesting about that?
Yeah.
Is that the first time I ever saw a very young Tommy Van fly out of his shell. He's normally a speck of dust, but we were all cheering for him, and he heard the crowd. He ran to the edge of the pool, and he did a flip into it. He loves the crowd, too. That boy's got crowd in him. Young, little Tommy Van, inside. He's the quietest kid. The speck of dust, right?
Yeah,
we all know that. But I feel like deep inside of him there is that fire of crowd.
Yeah.
They're burning crowd, just like you, just like his dad.
He doesn't want the attention unless it's a whole crowd.
But if we did it, he would do anything, I feel like.
Yeah, if there's a couple people that have a whole
not
crowd. Whole crowd. See, Max will take anything he can get. One-on-one.
Couple of cute Spanish girls. He's breakdancing crazy.
He likes it. He'll be like, "Hey, can I say a speech right now and breakdancing?" Like, me and Chris are like, "What the hell? Who's this kid's parents?" Like, he wants to talk, but Tommy, if there's a crowd egging him on, he'll do it just like me.
I love it.
And then I proceeded to get so wasted, I blacked out, and then I remember I threw up in the bathroom all night, and then at some point I came to, still blacked out, and then crawled into my friend's, I think it was Kelly, her bedroom.
Oh, you're trying to seduce her.
No. And
that's what you do.
I started looking through her purse, and then I dumped it all out on the floor, And then she's like, TC, what the hell are you doing? And I'm like, ah. And she's like, go back into the living room. Like, I was
oh, you're a zombie.
Yeah, I was zombie. I didn't
you
even.
You were looking for drugs in her purse.
I had no idea.
Looking for Oxycontin.
I don't know why I was looking through her purse, but then she.
Because your true
no
self.
recollection.
Your true self, pickpocket. When you boil yourself down to patient zero, like when you boil yourself down to a single cell organism, you're a pickpocket.
Yeah, that's how it's supposed to be.
And I'm worse than you. When you boil me down to a single cell organism, I just poop my pants. It's just I'm a nothing.
Pickpocket and poop.
Yeah, that's us. I got one more for us. We're just gonna try and get through these. I'm going with some people that people know. This is from our good friend EJ, host of Nerd Jock.
Hey, Tom and Dan. This is EJ. This is my official Pukes of Hazard entry. Okay. First off, this happened in 1998, so this is the past century. And it's when me and my wife went to her senior prom at Coronado Springs at Disney. So first off, we just started dating, and my wife invited me to her prom. And backstory is we met at Disney, working there at Outdoor Foods, and we were working grad nights, so I was not getting enough sleep lately, so I lowered my immune system. That'll play into it later. So we go to...
That's what nerds say. When you're starting a story like, I lowered my immune system, so keep in mind that if you're following along at home, keep in mind I have a lowered immune system.
The prom, and I'm not feeling well. I'm like, oh, no. So we go in, and it's at Coronado Springs, and as you walk in, there's tables everywhere, and there's like a walkway, and then there's a fountain in the middle of the walkway on the way to the dance floor. So it's like tables, walkway, fountain, dance floor, and our table is in between the dance floor and the fountain. So I'm not feeling well, and about maybe half an hour into the prom, didn't do any dancing because I just didn't feel good. I ate the dinner that they had there. And as soon as I got done eating, I'm like, uh-oh, I don't feel good. So I started heading to the bathrooms, which are outside the event. And from our table to the door is like 50 yards. So I'm like, okay, let me see if I can make it. And I just...
Well, we know you can't make it. Not a good football player.
50 yards?
50 yards.
That's 50 too long.
Get that feeling in your mouth, where you start getting saliva and it's like basically coating your throat to get ready to throw up. Hits me as soon as I stand up. I'm like, uh-oh. And I'm heading towards the door, and I'm like, uh-oh, I'm not going to make it. And I see the fountain, and I'm like, okay, it's like a toilet. So I just
there you go.
Empty out the whole thing I just ate and food I had before.
Feels so good.
And as soon as I get done, I'm like, okay, I got to go clean myself up. So I go to the bathroom, clean myself up, come back to the table, and of course, every administrator that's at this thing thinks I've been drinking and comes up to me and goes, how you doing, honey? You doing okay? Did you have any drinks tonight? I'm like, no, I'm just sick. I've been working grad nights. My immune system's compromised.
You said that? You said that.
My immune system is low.
My immune system? No, you said compromised. My immune system is compromised. I have a little bit of a boner.
So you puked in your prom fountain? Like, how about the embarrassment of everybody like, ew!
Penis!
I just threw up, that's all. And I had to do it 100 times that night. Every administrator asked the same things, and we left and didn't do anything after it. The next day of school, my wife goes to school. I'm the talk of the school. Everyone's like,
did you hear? That fat guy puked in the fountain.
Did you hear? That fat guy puked in the fountain.
Hey, did you hear? Hey, man, that obese guy puked in the fountain.
Enos a penis.
Yeah. Hey, that fat penis guy, he puked in the fountain. You guys hear?
Did you guys see that guy that puked in the fountain?
Oh, did I nail it or not? Did I nail it? He just left out the adjectives.
And then they covered the fountain up for the rest of the thing. And my wife's like, no, who was that? And, of course, her friend goes, that was her date. And, of course, my wife had to go for the rest.
And then they roll the credits.
And now they're married to this day.
And now they're married to this day. And that was Saved by the Bell. There you go. You were Fat Screech. Big Fat Screech. Because he's the nerd, right?
Yeah.
But he wasn't really a nerd. Screech on Saved by the Bell, they made him like a nerd, but I think his character kind of morphed to like outcast pervert.
Yeah. He
didn't have like the glasses, and he wasn't like
he
"Ooh."
wasn't the Urkel nerd.
Correct.
Yeah. He was more of the awkward.
Shoot him up nerd.
yeah.
I hate to
He's
say
like a
it.
Dylan Siebold.
Yeah, he's more of a trench coat mafia kind of a guy. I feel like.
Yeah.
And luckily, he hung out with those guys at the Max, and they brought him in. They're all heroes, if you think about it.
Yeah. You stopped the screech disturbed.
Yeah, you want to do one more?
Yeah.
All right, here we go. Last one. All right, let's go with this one right here.
What's up, Tom and Dan? It's DeBerry Joe. The magnet's pulling hard today. It's Monday night. I'm listening to the OG recap, and you're talking about the coloring books and wondering if anybody has any. Today, I unpacked both of mine. Pristine, brand new looking, not a single piece of crayon on the inside. So yes, Tom, they're still out here. And mine, I haven't even fucking used mine, but
Got a lot of work to do on this one. A lot of people would leave voicemails saying that they still have their Tom and Dan coloring books, and that makes me happy.
Yeah. We should do. I don't know. Maybe it's one of those things. Where
Nope,
it's like,
I'm already voting it down. As soon as you're saying it, I'm like, no.
Yeah, that's fine. Leave the past in the past.
We can do it digital, but then I feel like that's nobody wants it.
Yeah, just,
I'm
we'll try to
mad
make you
at
laugh.
you guys. I'm mad at you guys because you guys don't want nothing.
That's fine. We don't need to give them nothing. We'll just try to make you laugh. That's it. That's the only transaction needs to happen
That's it?
here. Yeah. Like you
Well,
don't.
what do we get?
You don't need
What
the
do
money. We get the money.
I don't know.
Yeah. We just get to do this for a living until we don't.
Tracy has her. You know what we should have done where we missed the mark on the coloring book? It should have been more adult. We should do a new one.
Well, I was
Let's do a
worried.
new one.
I was worried about that because if it got intermingled into your normal coloring books and your kid is like
I don't care about anybody else's kid now.
you know what? Me neither. That's why we're in business.
Pornographic coloring books for everybody. You know.
Yeah. If your kid looks at it,
Yeah,
too
not
bad.
my fault.
Yeah.
Explain it to him.
It's fine.
I'll explain it to him. Bring him to the studio. If you have something you need to explain to your kid, bring him over here and I'll explain it to him.
I do want to talk to a teen to find out what's going on. And I mean like 18, 19.
Could we have different
even
listeners?
20?
Could we have different listeners nominate their teen?
Yeah. I was going to put
Teen of the show? Tom and Dan teen?
They need to be able to be comfortable to talk with us, but we just want to ask them about what's
girl or boy doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter.
Okay.
I want to find out like what the current trends are, what's going on, and in their world. How do they view things?
How do they view us?
How
do they view the world?
Yeah, and just because because the only connection I have is with a sixth grader and a fifth grader, right? And I'm starting to see a little bit of that.
At least you have that.
But if I
haven't seen my daughter in months,
like a 20-year-old, 19-year-old, I'm curious to what they think and what their reality is.
Do the listeners follow my custody battle? Do they even know?
No, they don't know, and that's the dark side.
I mean, I choose not to talk about it very much, but I'm seriously thinking about moving to a different state because I have better parental rights there. The fact that Andrea took her and moved away, unacceptable. And lazy Volusia County judge will let you do that.
And I testified against you.
I know you did.
And we're still doing business. That's how good of it.
It's just business, baby. It's just business.
All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
It might be able to do it in complimentary form with us, but it's not. No, I disagree with that. That's not going to happen. What else you got, EJ?
Well, since we're doing nerd stuff, have you guys watched Marvel Zombies on Disney Plus yet?
No.
The new series that just came out, I think it was last week. They already released all 4 episodes. If you enjoy
when they
Marvel
dump
Zombies,
everything at one time.
But it's only 4 episodes, so it was kind of really short. That was the one thing I was disappointed about it. It should have been longer.
Can you do this with your boys? You guys are Marvel guys, right?
It's a cartoon, right?
Cartoon, yes.
Yeah, I'm not interested.
Not
My sons, I mean, they like anime, but I don't,
Is it anime style or is it more traditional American
more
style?
traditional American, yeah.
Okay.
Like I just even the Star Wars one, it's like animated.
Yeah.
It doesn't.
Tales of the Jedi or whatever.
Yeah,
it is.
yeah. Or like the Clone Wars, like any
Clone
animated
Wars.
stuff. I'm just less interested in.
Okay.
I don't know why. It doesn't grab my attention or hold it like a
Did it
live
ever?
action.
Like when you were
When I was
younger?
when I was a baby, when you should be consuming
When you're
cartoons.
watching He-Man and G.I. Joe.
The level of grump on this boy is so
I know.
piled. It's like a hoarder's
He
been
just
dumping
doesn't-
grump on top of him.
Well, then,
My God.
Since we are talking about Star Wars, did you see the trailer for the Mando and Grogu movie that's coming out?
No.
Not
Nah.
excited. I'm not excited either, really.
yeah,
I kind of I like it, but I know they're building to something as well.
I don't want to be a hater to Baby Yoda, and yes, I'm going to call him Baby Yoda. I don't want to be a hater, and I don't want to be a hater to Pedro Pascal.
Yeah.
But is movie the right way to go? I mean, for money, like just take money out of it. Like, we're telling the tale. Are you and your family more excited to go see a Grogu and Mandalorian movie, or would you rather them load up a whole new series where you can come in week to week with
Put
your
it on
boys
Disney
and
Plus again?
and watch it on Disney Plus? What do you because you consumed it
Okay.
more than anybody I know.
So here's the problem with series, is that a lot of time when I'm watching a series like Mandalorian, the first one, I do think I'm like, are they just dragging this out to be able to get like 10 episodes? And really,
this could have been a 2-hour movie instead of
and then,
8 hours of episodes.
So
yeah.
sometimes I think, going back to the money, it's almost like if you condense that all into a movie, sometimes it would be better than dragging it out into 10 episodes. Now, I can understand the people that really like the characters wanting it to be longer.
Long form,
So I think that this is the natural evolution of those characters, because the second one, Mandalorian, wasn't as good.
Yeah.
And it didn't hold my son's attention like the second series or of the Mandalorian, we weren't as until the end when they brought back Grogu. And the last 3 episodes of the second season,
He's what you want.
was good. And then that probably told and my sentiment was probably the world's sentiment is like, we want more Grogu, and then they're like, just make a movie, because
Grogu is the Caitlin Clark of that, and
WNBA
when
for
he's
them.
not playing, nobody wants to see the Fever.
Right? They might make the playoff finals.
They're a good team
without her too.
But I'm just
which
saying,
is pretty
but
impressive.
nobody's interested, right? Like nobody's really talking about it. But if Caitlin Clark were there, if Grogu were there.
If
Like,
Clayton Clark could come for the finals, they would
maybe they're doing it right though, because you turned me around on this. The movie idea is great.
They'll make more money from the movie than they would be more subscriptions to Disney Plus.
And it'll be more meaningful
and that's the reason
because,
why they do it.
because they did wait, and then you put Grogu back in, and then I feel pretty confident your boys. Maybe do you think Tommy is aged out of it? Did they wait too late?
No, they'll watch it
because he is getting older. Like
this
I
is
feel
also during the COVID times, and I think that's what they were pushing forward to anyways. They were going to the movies.
This has happened with me in May, where we're watching something, and then by the time the second season comes back around, her tastes have changed.
Yeah,
because kids, everything is so rapid fire now.
I will say that my son Tommy went to the Demon Slayer movie.
Oh, did he?
With my wife.
I like anime.
And it was rated R. Which Crystal was like worried about. But
was
then
there fan service?
But then she, watched or read about it, and then she's like, "Oh, okay, I read about it. If there's no nudity, only extreme violence, so we're fine."
Blood spraying everywhere.
That's weird.
Decapitations.
That's
missing
America,
arms.
man. That's the American.
That's weird that we think that, because I think that I'm like, oh, okay,
that's more
there's
damaging, I think, than
no
nudity.
no
I think
nudity,
sometimes.
just decapitation, extreme violence.
We all think that
but
way.
it's cartoon violence, and I'm like, oh, okay, that's fine. And then I'm like, it's weird that we think that way.
Yeah,
it's
like
weird.
I'm helping Maisie with her homework, and she's like asking me something. I'm pausing the game. I walk over, I help her. I walk back over, I pick up my samurai sword, and just like heads are rolling. Just heads everywhere. You know, I don't think about the violence thing. I shield way more the fan service, the boobs, the sexual content, and that's probably something, I don't know, maybe that's something I'll regret.
Well, I messed up and let my son watch Predator 2, and I forgot about the scene in the movie where the lady's on top of the guy.
You told
and
me
she's
about
flailing
this.
Yeah,
that's a great scene.
It is a great scene for guys our age, but for a child,
No, it was a great scene, but I watched that in a hotel room with my soccer team at a tournament in Tallahassee, Florida.
So, okay, I'm glad you brought this up, because this
a bunch of soccer
sexuality
boys
is more of a problem, but if it's just nudity, I'm okay with it. I think.
I've been waiting waiting to talk about this, and it just reminded me.
It's
so,
gonna happen.
So my son has never, or both my sons, but Tommy's older, right? You know, so my oldest son has never seen nudity in a movie with me. Right, which was a rite of passage when we were younger.
Oh yeah,
partly because
Under Siege.
Our parents didn't know the nudity was coming up because there was no way to read on the internet about it. So it was a surprise to everybody.
Oh yeah,
like you're like, oh, and then you turn your head or whatever, but you still saw it, right? And then you're like, oh wow,
still saw it. I looked at the time code on the Zenith.
I'm gonna rewind this when you're gone.
I'm gonna get up at midnight and I'm gonna find those tees.
So Tommy's never seen that because any questionable movie, Crystal's already gone.
Crystal's
online.
ruined it. She shut it down.
Well, because now there's.
When did we stop calling that be a good mom?
There's tons of websites that give you warnings, and plus there's so much information now that it's hard to get surprised by boobies.
Isn't there like Good Views or what?
There's a million of
There's one. The big one though is like Good View, and you go to it and you type in the movie and it's like 3 minutes,
moment,
6 minutes, 28 minutes.
Problems.
So but I want to fabricate this moment of
Show 'em Under Siege. Watch a movie that we watched.
You need an
because Under Siege is okay because it's just nudity. It's not sex. It's nudity.
Yeah. No,
and it's also a birthday cake.
It's a birthday cake.
Yeah.
No, I know. And it's just I want the the
Plus you gotta expose him to Steven Seagal.
Just the boobies. Like, why is
Look at this fat guy.
This guy's obviously tying his black OD.
He was not tying it there. What if Tommy looks at it like, this guy's the coolest guy I've ever seen. I gotta beat this guy, and you start growing a ponytail, and that's how it happens.
Oh,
if Tommy said that right now, if Tommy said, I think Steven Seagal is the alpha male, then you would start fattening up and ponytail
learning, what is it, judo?
So
what is he, a judo master or something like that? No, Aikido. That's what he is, yes.
So at what age do I show my son boobies?
10?
Well, he's already past 10.
Well, then there you go. Do it now.
You got some homework
do you wait until like 13, a teen?
Well,
my son just turned 13. He's already seen
Just
it.
Jen has a good point. She's saying that it can't be fabricated. It's almost got to be.
Well, there's no organic way for it to come up because any movie that
you know all the time.
Well, you have to watch a movie you don't look up. You'd have to find a movie that you think you're gonna have to gamble a little bit.
Well, first,
like if you loaded up the creek
like
from 1980s Up the Creek, I can pretty much guarantee you, based on me being a betting man, that there's a couple pairs of tees in the 1980s flick Up the Creek. Why do I know that? Because I think my dad owned it, and he wouldn't own a movie that didn't have boobies in it.
Well, what are the current, like we're talking about 80s and 90s
They
movies.
don't really do it as much anymore, dude.
I mean, there's still gratuitous nudity.
Not without
movies.
sex.
No, it's usually just guys.
Normally it's sex.
Yeah.
Like they don't do the 80s fan service flash the tees is kind of gone. And I'm being dead serious. When you watch a movie now, I'm not a movie guy, but I am a horny guy. When you watch movies now, if there's nudity, it's usually leading to them pumping or doing something. I don't want Maisie to see that. There's, there's no flashing. There's no butts. There's no ding-dongs.
Hunger Games, the chick that suplexes the guy when she's naked.
That's too much. That's full frontal. You don't want to go that far.
And Hunger Games is
no, it's Jennifer Lawrence from
Jennifer
Hunger
Lawrence,
Games.
yeah.
She's fighting a teen boy on the beach. And she's completely
naked. Yeah, she went skinny dipping.
Yeah, you can
and
see a bush and she's kicking him in the face.
Like a paparazzi got the...
No, this is a real movie. I can't remember the name of the movie.
It's a scene in the movie, and they shot it.
Me and Daniel bonded over it.
It's very well shot, but she is completely naked having a fist fight with a teen boy or something.
Or I show her the leaked cell phone pictures of look at Hunger Games.
That's a little too far.
Look at that. Are you hungry?
I even had a tough time with this. It shocked me. I've never seen it all.
Look at this. Did you know Lenny Kravitz was in the Hunger Games? He's got a big one. All right.
I got it. Starship Troopers. That's the one I'm going to watch.
Okay.
RoboCop 2. Also
That's not
the
bad.
original one, not the also.
That's not. That's more about what I'm thinking
shower
about.
scene.
It has to be non-sexual, and you don't really get that anymore because I don't know why you don't get that anymore. I guess it's just not a thing. It'd be considered disrespectful.
What do we got next, EJ?
Next, let's talk about Gen V. Have you been watching that? The Boys spinoff?
No.
And the one character passed away from a motorcycle accident, and they've had to dance around it that he died in the middle between the two seasons.
Oh, no.
And it's kind of really interesting the way they do the writing on this.
Is this
That's
a
why I really
cartoon?
enjoy it. No, this is the movie. This is the show, live action.
Okay, and it's a spinoff of The Boys called Gen V.
It's Gen V, and they're basically at Godalkin University, and they're learning to be superheroes, and you find out it's kind of still shady, even at that level.
Okay, gotcha.
So it's like The Boys is NFL, and this is NCAA.
I am caught up with The Boys. I know I'm late to the party.
Oh, it's
but
coming, yeah.
Yeah, I'm all
Next
caught
season,
up
yeah.
to knowing what's happening and
The
everything.
Soldier Boy
Yeah, it should
and-
be pretty
yeah.
good. Yeah, it should be pretty good.
Is this one as violent
Yes.
and as
Oh my
so
God, I was
same
not
thing,
ready
yeah,
for
okay.
one scene.
You know what? I
Yeah.
think is it the age thing, and you guys tell me. I can't ingest a lot of hyper violent stuff, even if it's cartoony. Like I can't do it like a lot of back to back to
Yeah,
back. Like
I
I
had to
can
take
do
a
like
break.
2 maybe,
Yeah.
and then I'm kind of like, ooh, can
I
we
need a break? Let's
yeah.
watch some cartoons or something.
Something
like that,
got
yeah.
any sports?
Something's nice,
some
yeah.
tennis? What do we got here? We got some golf?
But Gen V is fun if you have a chance. If you like The Boys, this is the spin-off. It's kind of
I'll check it out.
very interesting. It kind of contributes to it, the
Okay.
storyline. We got to talk about EA Sports being bought out by the Saudis.
Yeah,
Did you see that?
It's funny because
$55 billion.
I didn't think that would ever really happen, and so do you know the particulars of the deal other than just like what company bought it, who did
It's
the deal, what is it?
The wealth management of the Saudi government bought with Jared Kushner. Were the ones that purchased it for $55 billion. They're going to keep the studios in California. Is going to still be the whole base. But they're just investing in it to make
Do
more
we
money.
keep Tiburon here?
It's crazy. I don't know. That's what I was wondering. I couldn't find anything about Tiburon.
Because Tiburon's downtown Orlando
Yeah,
now,
it's,
right?
it's at where the old arena was.
Yeah,
That's
I
where
always
their new
get
studio
I
is.
get
yeah.
a little twinkle in my eye every time they hired Scott Hansen from Red Zone to do Madden.
Yeah.
To do the halftime shows.
Oh, so he talks
And he
during it?
he
Yeah,
talks.
that's awesome.
And he recaps your game with like real stats and stuff. It's awesome. But then he'll be like, live from Orlando, Florida, it's me, Scott Hansen. And every time he says Orlando, I'm like,
Yeah,
Like, I
yeah,
don't know.
hometown boy, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's cool that that they fake like it's live from downtown Orlando.
This is the problem with, and we were talking about it with Sean Finnerty about the Saudi comedy show.
Yeah.
Well, that's what made me think of it when I saw it too.
Where
yeah.
it's like the same people are like, oh, well, screw Bill Burr for going to do this comedy show in the Saudi. Well, do you still play Madden? Well, now you're contributing.
You're just as
now
bad,
you're part
yeah.
of it. So you're going to throw away all of EA Sports, or, what do I call it? And then it's like, to what end? You started learning about like, oh, they're investing into like with unlimited money. And then it's bizarre because we're at this situation and it won't change until I guess the world becomes non-oil dependent, which I'm sure they see coming generations from now, and they're like, well, let's just start buying as much stuff with the oil money as possible.
That's what they're talking about, diversifying away from the oil stocks.
You know
what they were doing.
You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of Sea Fiesta, and I'll explain. The C stands for you know what?
Yeah, the stuff.
I want to hear how you connecting this.
Okay.
This is gonna be
I
interesting.
know where he's going, and it's pretty decent.
So my brother-in-law Garrett, we've talked to him. He
Many
sold insurance to the Reality Kings
Okay.
porn company, right? And so there was 3 owners of that. They went to UM actually.
Yeah, they did.
And they did the Bang Bus, the
was
Sea
gonna say they did
Fiesta,
Bang Bus, yeah.
all the South Florida porn, which is like a lot of pick girls up in
8th
a
Street
van.
Latinas.
Yeah. Like so, some of the most popular stuff that was consumed in like 2008 era, right? So they
Honestly, I call that the prime year.
Yeah.
The golden age.
08 was like 08.
From like 03 to 08 was the golden age.
That
I
was
think.
in all the porn in the world.
Yeah. It was built between those years, yeah.
Now we're just into OnlyFans stuff, and it's all like,
Every girl had a Fallout Boy, Pete Wentz, choppy hair.
Oh yeah.
The goth girls, Suicide Girls were still around.
So
Mwah.
those 3 guys made such an insane amount of money that they were so wealthy, and then like because my brother-in-law Garrett told me like, hey, one of the guys bought like the lead singer of the Who's old house in Miami Beach, and like it's just an insane. He's got like a skate park. It's
Yeah,
like,
I think it was Pete Townsend's.
It's just insane no money, but they got so rich that they didn't like the stigma of the porn because a lot of legitimate business people were like,
You're
like,
trashy money instead of like I made my money off oil and
so,
stuff like that and murder.
So they started buying credit card processing companies.
Didn't he like invest and PayPal and stuff like
yes,
that. Yeah.
all stuff outside that was like kind of attached to the porn bitches.
Yeah.
Music subs.
Yeah, and then they
were like being producers. They were like, instead of just doing the porn, they were doing the marketing of the porn and the distribution of the porn.
And I think they all
got buying of the porn.
They all got out of it into legitimate business because they realized that they didn't want them. And I think they foresaw that
it's going to get stolen and gets shared with everybody.
Everything's going to tube sites and stuff. So I think the Saudis are looking at the oil and like there's only a certain amount of generations we have while this is relevant, and then until the world slowly migrates into clean energy and stuff, which is all going that way. And then they're like, let's buy as much stuff as we can because
this has happened before. This is what the Kennedys did. They were bootleggers, and then they freaking just changed it into legitimate businesses. It's been done over and over and over again.
And so, because I would venture to guess that EA Sports is not worth $55 billion. It's probably worth $20
Supposedly,
billion.
they're $22 billion in debt. They'll be assuming the debt. And then I guess what?
It's funny money to them.
Yeah,
They're making it. They're
but
pulling it out of the desert.
Some people are afraid, including Ghost of Manu Bull in our chat room, who said, because he was kind of giving me a few more particulars. Yeah, they sold it with $22 billion in debt. The Saudis will assume. And then the gamer community, he says, is scared that they'll cut projects to pay off the debt like Mass Effect 5. So there's a lot of stuff that's currently in production that a lot of people are thinking will be jeopardized. I don't know if they're going to do that. I don't think that'd be a smart play.
Yeah, because it's almost the best for you because a company bought EA Sports that almost makes their own money. They don't even care.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not going to make any money on this comedy show that they hired every great comedian in the world, right?
No.
Because you can't. Because that's not how you make money. You make money by buying cheap and selling high.
Yep.
You know, they're buying high and then just who cares? Because they have unlimited money.
No, they're just, it's an image thing for them,
Yeah,
right? I mean, it's a shift
status,
of ideology, hopefully. And I don't think it's going to work.
Wait,
I mean, we all know what they do. I mean, it's not changing anybody's minds, is it?
And then imagine you're just sitting on an ocean of money and then unlimited for at least for your future, your and your grandson's generation, your unlimited money. You know, maybe great grandson you'll have to worry about like, hey, we're not making
We're
as
starting
much.
to run low. Yeah.
This is interesting. This is at the end of the article. It's from the New York Times. It says, analysts believe that the Saudis' plan is to make some of the Electronic Arts' most popular titles widely available and possibly free to everyone on all platforms, which can include mobile devices and streaming television apps. They have new growth strategies that would include in-app purchases or deals with popular streamers for access to a wider audience. Netflix is currently courting gamers across its platforms on connected TVs, for instance. So the end of this article, they're basically saying that the end of this isn't really the end of this. You could see where they're buying Electronic Arts and then using a lot of their platforms to now leverage it for another deal with streaming services to provide all of us with free video games. So weird.
Yeah, it'll be free to
That's
play
big.
like Marvel Rivals, but if you want to buy skins or you want to get
all the
different
free
things,
games to me, they're not for me. I don't play Fortnite. I don't play any of the games where you have to have like a team of people to run around and shoot each other and yell the N-word. I don't do that. I just play story games.
Okay, well, you're the old man.
I am. I am the old man. I am the old man.
There was a guy also in the 90s that are like, I only like Pong. And
I like
Pac-Man.
Sim City.
They
It's
call me
fun.
Pong Dan. Yeah, but all the new games though, but because there's no real. I even asked there was a BDM listener that wrote to me and said, "Hey, you're playing the new Borderlands?" And I'm like, "Well, how's the story?" And he's like, I'm like, I probably won't get it then.
Yeah.
You know, games that are like books are kind of gone. You know, like and they'll come around, but they take a long time to make, a very long time to make. So.
Yeah,
Anyway.
the young kids like skins and the N-word.
Yeah, which is ironic.
Well, the next story I was going to talk about is Peacemaker Season 2, but also, do you see they pulled Peacemaker's skin for
he's
Fortnite?
doing a Nazi
he's
dance.
doing a Nazi dance in the game.
He does the swastika
Yeah,
dance.
but it's a hidden thing because that's spoilers.
There's a
Season
thing called
2.
a Nazi dance.
Oh, yeah, you don't do it?
And then it goes like this.
It goes, it's like you're
I
making a
wanna be an
swastika.
Egyptian.
No, you're making a swastika with your
making a
arms.
swastika with your arms.
Yeah.
And that's
the
why
only reason
the
I
skin
did
got
it.
pulled.
The only reason I did it was
To
for the
show
ALS
you,
challenge. I did it for the ALS challenge.
This is for charity, yeah.
I'd never even heard of that.
You never even heard of it. Well,
the only reason
only
I
because
know
I saw
that-
this article about it, and also because I watched the show Peacemaker, and it's in Season 2.
Correct.
And it's a
The
tie
only
into
reason
that.
I know about it is because it made a headline. Like if you showed me the character in Fortnite of Peacemaker
and he was just doing
the
that,
dance,
I
I would
not
never
even
go.
know.
Oh, he's doing the
Yeah.
swastika dance.
And they didn't specifically make him do that because they,
Okay, here
their intention wasn't
James
to have him
Gunn
do the
made him do that in the show because he goes to this alternate universe where the Nazis won World War II. And they're in America at the time.
Okay,
and
so there's a purpose.
There's a
behind it.
purpose behind it.
Okay.
And he's like, "Oh, this is my great reality." And he's like, "Oh, wait a minute, they're Nazis. Oh crap, this is bad."
Gotcha. Yeah.
So,
Now, should it have
spoilers
been in the
for
game?
show.
Probably not.
Probably not.
Probably
Not
want
in
to keep the
game.
Nazi stuff out of the games, but
Or
know.
also because it's a kind of a spoiler for the show too.
I could see
by
that.
saying that because because you don't find that till just the episode that just came out last week.
There's an
last
orgy
Thursday.
scene in Peacemaker
At the very beginning.
it's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's a good.
You should show your sons that one.
As far as orgy scenes go, and you can get it out of the way because it's in the first 3 minutes.
Yeah.
And there's nothing real graphic. There are some ding dongs.
Yeah.
It's good. It's a good orgy scene in Peacemaker. Really well done.
I do like how
You don't see John Cena.
like
but
I'd rather him look at ding dongs. like that's a weird.
Well,
you
I tell
like
my
violence and ding dongs.
Yeah, I tell my kids, I say, look, I'd rather if you're gonna watch ding dongs, I'd rather you watch ding dongs with me.
Yeah.
If you want to have
like
your
drinking out.
if
yeah.
you want to watch your first ding dong, you watch it with your dad.
All right, let's
It's like
go
an
to
explain-
let's go.
We
to
gotta
some
talk sports. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, first off, let's get out of the way. I lost to the Guillotine League in the second week.
Well,
which-
you guys are both at it.
Yeah, me and
It's
Tom were the
guillotine.
first two out.
Guillotine,
and
right.
then guillotine. I always say it wrong.
Yeah. And then
And then Captain Boy just got kicked
yeah,
out
last
this
night.
week.
Yeah.
Three of the greatest football mouths
I know. We
Three
all
of the
know
big
most,
talkers.
and we definitely. I blame the kickers. I still think it's bullshit.
Whoa,
Yeah, I
whoa,
almost-
settle down over
I
there.
almost said it.
Blame the
Yeah.
kicker. Look, I've only got old
Well, we
Matt
didn't have
Gay, and
kickers last
I'm
year.
killing it.
I'm glad I was out the first week because I don't have to look at it anymore.
I meant to do that.
I kind of like it too because now I can just watch football and not have to stress. It's kind of fun that way.
I think, and this puts me in the category of dumb old man. I think my fantasy days, I enjoy watching football, not being locked on my phone or computer.
Yeah.
It's a lot more fun.
Well, my regular fantasy
How you doing in that?
redraft, I scored the highest I've ever scored in any fantasy week ever. I scored
Did you have Aaron Rodgers?
210 points. No, I have Bo Nix.
Oh, okay.
Bo Nix went nuts.
He went crazy. Yeah.
I have Bo Nix, Gibbs, Bucky Irving. I have
Ooh, Bucky
Drake
Irving.
London, Debo
He was killing
Samuel.
it, too.
Yeah, Kyle Pitts.
I got Omarion Hampton, Kyle Pitts.
I should have never traded Omarion
Yeah.
Hampton.
No, but I gave you DK Metcalf, and you set him on your bench this week.
Well,
and he scored
because he
26
hadn't
points.
been doing nothing.
He wasn't doing
He
it
hadn't
until,
been
yeah.
doing nothing.
Aaron wasn't throwing to him.
Every,
Yeah.
do they have to? Did they know I was watching it so intently? And then I'm watching that game in Ireland, and they're like, he hasn't put up numbers like this in a very long time. And they'd say that oh, wow, look at him go.
I hope you didn't put him on your bench
He
in
hasn't
fantasy.
done this in forever. Daniel, if you're watching, I hope he's not on your bench scoring your 27 points. You little M-word. Are you sitting in your garage watching it alone? Your family hates you.
So, EJ, this is
That's what I heard.
So,
Yeah.
of course, we all watched Tyreek Hill
Oh.
bend his knee sideways.
I woke up to see that.
And so he's out, obviously, for the rest of the season.
Oh, he's done.
And so are the Dolphins, even though they were done before
They,
the game
well,
started.
they won one game.
yeah.
Would you take
Last
the under,
night.
Yeah, would you take the under over on their wins for the? What is the under over for their wins for the rest of the year?
It was like I think it was lined at like 8.5, similar
Oh, man,
to.
I would take the under for sure.
Maybe
I say
it was
they win 4
7.5
games tops.
I think we can all agree, though, that
They
the
got an easy schedule in the next like 5 games.
Yeah.
the midnight jerseys are great.
Dude, I love the black
The
jerseys.
midnight
Yeah.
jerseys are fantastic.
They are.
They had them on sale when I was down there for
You
the
should have
Florida
bought
game.
one.
I should have got
It's a
one.
beautiful
I
jersey.
thought about it.
So this is what I want to ask you about, EJ, because you played college football.
Yes.
So there's a lot of talk. There's been a lot of injuries. Now, people forget that last year we didn't have that many injuries.
Mhm.
So it's like it always
It's cyclical, yeah. It's cyclical.
Yeah, it goes up and down, and like it all evens out.
Just
over
like
enough
Stardust Racers.
You know, like they're like, oh, there's it's historic low injuries this season. Well, guess what? It's going to be
It's
higher
gonna be
next year.
bad next year, yeah.
So everybody's getting hurt. A lot of people play fantasy, and a lot of the best players are out. Joe Burrow, Tyreek Hill last night. A lot of players are out.
No, we got
Turf toe and knees.
No, we just got Neighbors, right? Or no,
Malik Neighbors, he's out for the season.
Yeah,
a lot of stars.
I love
But it's a
Malik
lot of
Neighbors.
stars. That's why most of the people recognize it. But usually there's a lot of injuries, but it's role players.
Yeah. Now, so
and no one notices it.
When there's a lot of injuries, people talk about like, why is this happening, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's talk and I've heard this a lot in podcasts to listen to.
Talk about the Meadowlands?
No, the CBA a while ago, the players negotiated less full pad practices, right?
Okay.
So now teams are literally handcuffed to the amount of full pad practice they could find. In fact, coaches, like some of your hard-nosed coaches, like a Harbaugh, whatever, I forgot, some of them have been fined for doing
you're
too
doing too many full contact drills.
And so people have this theory that since there's less full pad practices and less preseason, that the players are getting more hurt because they're not used to tackling and playing hard. They haven't hardened
so like
themselves.
Less boot camp.
Yes.
You're doing less boot camp so you get more injuries in the real war. Or something like that?
So, yes, they're not used to playing with full pads and tackling, so then when it gets to the game, they're less used to it and therefore causing more injuries, which doesn't really make any logical sense because
it sounds wrong.
Yes,
because you're going to get hurt either way. You're going to get hurt either during practice or games. What would you rather get hurt, during practice or games?
Where are you going harder, right?
And you're like, I don't know.
Well,
you don't want to get hurt at all.
In full pad practice, you're supposed to go pretty much. I mean, you're not going 100.
You're doing like
well,
game speed.
In the book, they have different levels of practice. There's just contact drills or bring them all the way to the ground.
Yeah. And then also we've seen in other sports like the NBA, the exact opposite is like they're playing their players more causes more injury.
Yeah.
So that's why they're sitting out players and limiting their actual game time because they've shown that math-wise that this is causing more injury. So I don't think that's it, but I was going to ask you, when you were playing, because you played in the 90s, it was like two-a-days and stuff.
99 to 03 I was at Miami. Yes.
So did you see, like, I don't know if you remember, like, understand that, like, more two-a-days actually cause less injuries or more injuries?
Well, okay. Usually it depends on, like, the game week or two-a-days. Like, game week, you have a practice on Sunday, which is just, like, helmets and nothing else. And then Monday,
full nude.
No,
like that. That's tough as hell, by the way, man. You're standing out there with 30 dudes. All your peckers are on. You just have a helmet on. I'm like, God damn.
That has happened.
It's a dream of mine.
Oh my God, me and Frank Gore are not the same.
Yeah, you learned that you're different. Right
you're
away in the
a
locker
quarterback
room.
or a kicker. You're fine. You just,
No.
you know what? Just
Sundays
turn around
is
so
just
they
helmets,
can't see it.
And then, like,
You don't want to see
Mondays
mine
we'd
stick
head
straight
off.
out. They're like, is that your belly button? I'm like, no. It's not my belly button.
Mondays we'd have off, and then Tuesdays was full pads. Wednesdays was half shells, which means you just had your shoulder pads and helmet on, and pants, of course.
You made a Ninja Turtle joke, didn't you? And
No,
then
no,
they
no.
noogied you.
No, that's what
You're
they call
like,
it,
hey,
half
I'm a
shells.
half shell. I'm a Ninja Turtle. They're like, shut up.
No, that's what they call the half shell because you're just wearing your shoulder pads. And
Okay.
then Thursdays was walkthrough. Friday was just you go to we went to Don Shula's hotel and we stayed there and make it a business trip for even for home games. And you would do walkthroughs and that's it.
Okay.
So
That sounds kind of fun, man.
we only
Actually,
did-
I got excited.
It was fun. Like
yeah.
remembering
I
how
miss
practice
being
was.
on a team, dude.
I miss like doing workouts, and then we'd go into the ice tubs on Thursdays. We'd do that Thursdays, and then we'd have like meditation, and we'd like visualize the game.
I miss being on a team. Here, it's every man for himself.
Yeah.
It's a lonely here.
So let me ask you this. So in a day and age,
He's gonna walk right over it.
So
it's hard. It's hard here. You know, it's a every man.
So we've seen, like, obviously when Guardian caps were first introduced, we made fun of them or stupid, and now we see a lot
Dobbs.
of we see
scored 3 touchdowns in that one game.
Hey, they
with
look
a Guardian and cap
They
on.
look better in black. There was one player on
I don't mind
on Dolphins wearing it last night, and you couldn't even tell.
You can't tell. Yeah,
you couldn't tell
unless it's a close up. You can't tell.
Although they do have like a big old bobblehead.
It looks like NBA Jam when you do the big
His looks smaller. I was like, did that guy take some stuffing out of his hat?
So, and in college, you see a lot of linemen wearing full knee braces.
Yeah.
So basically,
You're protecting your knees the whole time.
Stone Cold Steve Austin?
The Stone Cold Steve Austin knee brace,
So that your knee cannot bend sideways and blow your ACL out, right?
Because you get rolled up on all the time.
But
in practices, it was required you had to wear those. We had to wear ankle braces, and the alignment had to wear knee braces.
And you don't see that in the NFL.
Yeah, you do.
Sometimes, but it's not all the time.
It's not guaranteed. No.
And so a lot of them don't wear it. Now and then
it kind of limits your mobility too. That's why a lot of those guys don't wear it, because they need to pull and get around and do the screenplays, and that'll slow you down, and that'll mess up your timing of plays.
So are we going to see a time in the future maybe where equipment gets strong enough and light enough where wide receivers and skill position players are wearing some sort of brace that can eliminate, because that Tyreek Hill bend your knee sideways,
Turn it sideways,
like
yeah.
that, and that getting hit on the side, like that's what happened to Malik Neighbors or whatever. That's what blows your ACL out for the season. The NFL doesn't want to be out for the season. The player doesn't want to be out for the season. Although Tyreek Hill was laughing about it, which
I think he was just like,
I know
oh,
he
man.
said
I think that's a level of shock that guy had.
But,
what about a mech suit? Is that what you're kind of, because there will be a balance, right?
It doesn't it would make sense that players would adopt this so that these injuries don't happen, because the NFL doesn't want it, because they don't want their star players out.
No.
You know, they want the Malik Neighbors and the Tyreek Hills on the field, because it helps.
You want a better product on the field, yeah.
And I don't understand,
like a carbon fiber, like a
knee brace that basically keeps your knee and your leg,
and it doesn't limit your mobility.
Yeah, and
I get what you're saying.
Your mobility is like, even if the DBs are wearing them too, then it kind of evens the playing field, you know. But I guess they're always like forcing the players to wear. They don't want that.
Well, there's freedom to it, right? Or how you want.
It's
to
kind of like
feel.
hockey, where they were making them wear helmets.
Well, I was going to say,
at a certain point, and full face mask.
Don't you get your choice in the NFL of like what style helmet you wear, and that's based on personal preference and comfortability.
And
right?
the Guardian cap is your own personal choice,
that's
which
choice too,
everybody who wears it says they don't even notice them having it. It just looks stupid, and the other players make fun of them. So if your knee brace, I'm wondering if it doesn't limit your mobility, and it's just like a manly thing, like I don't want to wear it. Then
caring about toughness and being healthy is more important. I don't know.
Then that tells me that a lot of these, especially if you're like, hey, this could save me millions of dollars if I don't blow my ACL out.
It makes
it becomes a business
Why
decision
wouldn't
at
you
that
wear
point.
it?
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you wear it?
So that tells me that it must be a mobility thing, and as technology gets better, then I feel like all players will be wearing it in the future.
You know, you were talking about a position that I would like to talk to somebody who's played it, and this is hard to find, but somebody at the very highest level, like the diva level wide receiver, because how much of it is feeling? Do you see what I'm saying? Like, how much of it is they need to feel comfortable while they're running, and they're so fast,
look good and play good,
and they would never. No, dog. I'm never wearing that, because I have to feel a certain way when I'm running.
I'm all natural, baby.
Because they're cocky, you know, and there's an attitude with them. But I want to talk to one.
But cockiness and attitude and stuff like. Money will trump all that in the future if because
I'd love to be the guy that could create it.
Yeah, and even with the Guardian caps, there's now I've heard the opposite side of like, hey, this doesn't do very much. Like the percentage of lessening your concussion is by so minuscule.
Well, some of it is genetic.
I heard it was 90.
It doesn't matter.
I heard it was 90%. Makes you look stupid. 90%. That's what I heard. I thought it was very high.
But the ACL stuff, it seems like if you could prevent that from happening.
Question for you.
Or get the pre-surgery to toughen your ACL. Although some of these, like Tyreek Hill, it wouldn't have mattered if he had a corpse ACL or not. Or
it still would have blown.
Yeah,
the way it turned, no way.
Just straight sideways.
Yeah.
How much of this, because Conway Jay brought this up, how much of this do you guys feel like is the new modern day player just being so strong? The training, the strength, the breath coach, the mindset training, like
your muscles.
I mean, these guys
grow,
are,
but your tendons don't. That's
they're
the whole
human
thing.
robots.
Yeah.
I mean, they're literally killing machines when they go out there. So some of it is you're just putting that much force, and your ligaments and tendons aren't as
well. That's the whole thing with steroids. Like your muscles will grow, but your tendons don't, and that's the problem.
But that's why I think that if you had some sort
reinforced tendons
of reinforced thing that you wore on the outside, similar to a knee brace, and like I never with college player linemen wearing the knee brace, and then them not doing it in the NFL, I've also wondered that too. Is like, why don't they do it? Because if it could save your ACL, why not do it?
I don't know.
It's
These
a
are all good
comfortability
questions.
thing.
Yeah. Well, it was required at Miami for the linemen to wear
Yes,
it.
yeah,
They
yeah.
like, we want to keep everyone healthy. We want the best guys on the field all the time. So
And then if
we're
you-
not, why take a chance?
And if you're used to wearing it in college and you
Yeah,
play
if
fine,
you're used to it,
why
yeah.
not? It seems like it's a manly thing, or just like I don't want. It's uncomfortable. But if it saves your ACL and it saves your
Have you ever
season,
worn one? I have one. For
It's uncomfortable, but I
I have
I'm
one
not-
for my right leg, and I can wear it to do. You can do anything.
Yeah.
But and we're also wearing the cheap or like
If you have the really good ones,
like if you're,
they hardly limit your mobility
some
at all.
carbon fiber,
Yeah.
$10,000 knee brace personally fit to you. I imagine.
Yeah, mine's
would be-
personally fit to me.
Would be perfect. Like it'd be no problem wearing it.
You can do anything.
But they don't.
Remember when I played soccer co-ed? I mean,
Yeah.
I had it then, and I was playing full games of every soccer game I played. I'd play in that because I didn't want to fall over and get injured and not be able to walk.
Oh yeah,
it's not weird. You barely feel it, really.
Yeah, the beginning of my senior year, I wore one.
Yeah, you don't even really think about it.
Because I blew out. Well, I didn't blow out my knee. My brother fell on my leg while we were snowboarding
Don't
after
say
the
that.
national championship.
Don't talk about that. Is there anything else we need to talk about before?
We talked about the tie though with the Cowboys and the Packers. Did we talk about that or no?
No, I mean it was.
Well, you guys, yeah, I enjoyed the game.
A lot of scoring.
It's funny that the people are like, "What, a tie in the NFL?" I'm like, this has been going on.
Yeah.
Like, how do people not realize that you could tie in the NFL? Like,
there's been at least one a year for the past.
Yeah, I think a
There's
lot
been
of
hundreds.
it. A lot of it
years.
was the swing of when I saw it. I saw it more as like soccer people attacking football people.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
Like,
they're
oh, you can't don't
"What
like
do you mean a
ties."
tie?
Yeah.
You know?
yeah. But there's been a couple a year for the past, and then
Well, they were talking about let's do a kickoff and just have the kickers end the game like a penalty
Oh, I
kick.
saw that too.
Like a
Nobody
penalty kick.
wants that.
I would be okay with that.
No,
Because then strategy comes into it too. Like, oh, do you kick first? Do you kick second?
Like in soccer, so do
or
it just
make
like
it,
soccer.
or make it like horse, where you have to kick it from the hash at this point.
no football fan or player wants the game determined by the two kickers at the end of the game. They
Okay.
they want the
You want a
players
one-on-one drill,
playing.
like a wide receiver versus a defensive
Yeah,
back.
what if you did a run? Like, what if you did like
a
like
linebacker,
an
like an
American-
Oklahoma drill that got? I didn't know they banned those in college.
Here's what I'd be
The
fine
Oklahoma
with.
drills.
That would be fun.
Yeah.
If you want to do a sudden death thing, I'd be fine with lining up your team on the 25, and then you get.
I'll do the college football one.
You just get four
You
opportunities
get
to
four
score.
downs.
Okay, you only get four downs.
Or on the 20. You're on the 20.
I
You
think
get
you
four
put
downs.
it at 10 and give them 4 downs.
And then
be
that
hard.
that's
yeah, because
that'll
that would be really hard. Because
And then if you score, you got to match it and go back and forth. Or
Yeah.
I'm fine with the new rules. Like, and
I'm okay with a tie.
Obviously, the people that don't know, like the new rules now is like the old, like last year's playoff rules in overtime,
Yeah.
where both
Everyone gets a chance.
Both teams get a chance to score. So if one team scores a touchdown, the game's not over. The other team can score a touchdown. If they don't, though, then the game's over, right?
Yeah.
So if you don't score a touchdown and it goes back to that other team, it's over. If they do, if you match the
if you
touchdown,
get a safety, it ends the game automatically.
yeah. Or if you get a field goal, the other team can go and score. You know, it's essentially just like 10 minutes of overtime.
Yeah.
And then whatever happens. So I'm fine with it the way it is. Some people have argued that it should be a little longer because the 10 minutes is too short.
It is kind of short, but I
also-
don't think you want it going on.
Yeah,
I think you want
player
it kind of
injuries
short.
again. We're worried
Yeah.
about that.
Yeah. So I'm fine with the way it is now. I like the I never liked the one touchdown, it's over.
Yeah, or field goal to end it.
The
yeah.
one field
The
goal is
original one.
ridiculous.
Yeah.
Hated that. It felt too empty.
Yeah, right?
I love
like
the
whoever
new-
was the coin toss. That's still random. It doesn't matter.
I love that the NFL can change their rules quick, and the new kickoff is way better. Anybody who thinks
I do
that
like
it
the new
isn't,
kickoff. Yeah.
I haven't heard one person say, "I wish we would go back to the old kickoff where we just kick a touchback every single time."
Yeah.
It's stupid.
Well, I like the strategy also. Like,
I do
make
like
sure it
the
doesn't go into the
strategy.
end zone. It has to in the landing zone.
Oh, I love it
or
when it goes
out
to
to the 30.
because you're like, oh, thank you.
Yeah, you're gonna go out to the 30. You
thank you,
kicked
thank
it
you.
too hard. Yeah.
And now,
And the knuckleballs
You go to the
that North Carolina.
35,
Yeah.
right?
with Aubrey, the Dallas kicker, who seems like the best kicker in the NFL, which
Yeah.
is ridiculous.
He's a
'cause
robot.
He wasn't even in.
He's the reason why I lost
Well,
in the league.
like-
Won't we see more of those guys soon?
Probably, yeah. But his new thing is he drops in the landing zone and then it bounces into the end zone, and then if that happens, you go back to the 20.
Yeah.
So it's essentially
this guy's a stud.
So they're kind of doing the old school touchback.
Yeah, he's bouncing off the 1 to make sure that happens.
Yeah. And I like that because and then a bunch of players are screwing it up at the beginning of the season where they would catch it in the end zone and run it out. It's funny. It's funny to see people make mistakes.
I love the.
I'm like, I would make a mistake too. It makes me feel like them.
I do like the changing of the rules. I like it when certain people on the team don't know the rules because then it feels more human to me.
Oh, like the coach
of
of Tennessee
me into the game. Yeah.
Yes. Oh, when he lined his elbow and he's like, oh, he needs 2 elbows. He's like, I watched that play and then I'm like, oh, they didn't review it, so I must be wrong. But I thought I was
were right.
Elbow in.
Elbow counts.
I'm like, this counts.
Elbow counts as a knee.
I love when the coaches make mistakes because again,
it makes me feel better about my job.
I'm dumb like they are. Yes,
dude, it's exactly how I feel whenever I see that. And then they say, you know what I do like too? If you're gonna go be the analyst guy, and this guy's good, the guy they had on Monday night, I forget the guy's name, the old man who's the analyst. If they go to you, you can never be wrong as the analyst, and this guy isn't.
Yeah,
he was like, oh yeah, this is coming back, and then they'll shirt up like, yep, the rolling stands. I'm like,
Yeah. It's incredible to know that many rules because there are a lot of rules in the NFL.
There's a lot. Yeah.
I mean, a crazy amount that it would take. I mean, I think I know a lot of them, but there's probably a good 10% of rules that I'm unaware of.
Like the free kick.
They did one last night.
Yeah.
What was the one they did last night where it was something about it was the 2 penalties and then.
Offsetting penalties, and one was like
but it was a different
personal
thing,
foul after it.
And even the commentator was like, well, that's something you're never going to see.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, what is it? Go back to it. Tell me what it is, because I like that kind of stuff. Anyway.
Yeah, every once in a while, like, this player, he's allowed to drop punt to this. It's like, what?
Yeah.
And it's like, this rule's invented in the 1940s. It's like, well,
Well, Harbaugh liked that drop kick one.
Yeah. Anyway, all right, EJ, we got to get out of here.
We didn't get the MLB playoffs or NBA preseason. All that stuff.
Braves are out. I don't
I know.
care.
I was going to say the Braves are out. He doesn't care.
Mets are out. Good. I'm glad you're out,
Mets
too.
got knocked out of the last game by the Marlins.
Should, you stinky Mets.
If you're listening to this to actually get sports information, that's on you.
Fools.
All right, we'll see you in a minute.